Okay, I am so excited. I think I've actually just developed hiccups from the excitement. So sorry, not
They
sorry.
say to stop hiccups, you must get a fright.
I
I
mean,
just,
I
I just want
saw
to
the
pull up the.
prices of the devices, and then I saw my bank account. So that's enough of a fright.
Have you tried putting on your selfie camera?
Listen here, I don't need my phone to break. Okay, this is why I need the Z Flip because it's strong, it's durable.
Flip it and reverse it.
It was a good song. It's a good song. That
It's here for mini mini mini. Actually, what she is saying is, I think it's like elephant backwards.
no, she's actually saying it's your fault for you,
It's
not
here
yet.
for the It's all the faults. It's
It's
mentioning
your
all the
fault for you. Get it?
lemonade.
Something like that. Yeah, there we go. But okay, foldables. This is what we've been waiting for. We've seen all the leaks. Yes, it does match the leaks. Like, get over it. I think these phones are so cool, and I was so excited about the Fold 3 more than the Z Flip. Yassine, I've experienced these phones. I've touched them. I've held them. I felt like I was having a religious experience. I swear, I picked up the Flip, and I felt like the light was shining on me. I had the angels. No, seriously. And I was like, it's gonna be the green one that I'm gonna love. But the cream one? Oh, Samsung, you have done something with these phones. And I was like, listen here. I was just like, oh hi, hello. You come here often kind of thing. To the phone.
Do
So I
you
was like,
want to?
listen here, this is the thing. And people are gonna be like, oh, you're such a fanboy. The Z Flip. Okay, so the Z Fold 2 last year was my favorite phone of the year. But the Z Flip was my most fun phone of the year last year. That thing was just people phone you just want to go like I just want to hang up on people's like exactly because I mean so I've got this I've got the S21 Plus, love the phone, great phone. I can't do this. What must I
Yeah, no. Not a vibe, not a vibe, not a vibe.
like?
I won't
Mm-mm.
lie. It's a thing of the flip has the memories of coolness. Like there is no, you can't flip and not feel cool. Even people that had, was it the small, the clam Samsung?
Oh, I had one of those with a blue display on the outside and the color one on the inside. I had one of those. I
So that's the thing of even those people felt cool when they were rocking with those, and you go, the folds just mean cool. That's all that it is.
but you see that's the flip means cool. The fold is the other one.
No, when I say I was referring to folds as in both of them feel
Okay.
cool, but the flip
I'll
definitely.
allow it. I'll allow it. But okay, so it comes in a couple of different colors. It's the wait now I've got to. I made notes because there was so much. I had to make notes. Let me get my notes out quickly. So it comes in a couple of different colors. Phantom green, phantom black. Wait, am I reading that one? No, I don't know which one I'm reading now. See, wrong one. I'm jumping to the Fold 3. This it's a Samsung's fault because I'm excited.
All right,
This is
flip
their
three.
fault. Let's try this again. Take 79. Um, cream, phantom black, green, and lavender. And then, do you know what they did? Do you know what they did? They were like, remember what we did with the S21 Ultra where you could go into Samsung's website and you could order special colors? They did it again. So now you can go to Samsung.com. There's Samsung.com exclusive. You can get it in white, you can get it in pink, and you can get it in gray. And I'm not going to get the gray one, maybe not so much.
Hmm.
Um, but it's nice because it's the two tone, so you watch the launch. We've got pictures and stuff. It's got the two tone, so it's got where the camera is. It's got a little black bar, and then it's got the other color. And I think it's so sort of retro cool. Like it's got a retro classic kind of cool. Like I can see someone whipping out that phone in I don't know Milan or what's the lake there in Italy? The one with
Zoo
Brooke.
Lake.
No,
What?
no, the one with Brooke Logan in Bold and the Beautiful got married like 17 times. Like
Yeah.
Como. There we go. Like I can see that. I can see the people in New York whipping it out. I can see the
You know what the
Santon
other thing
people
is?
whipping it out.
We haven't seen a phone with a design behind on the back in a long time.
No, but you see that.
Everybody's gone flat, and now it's nice to see just a bit of change. Like it's not much. It's just a bar. That's all that it is. It's a bar.
But
It's
you
nice to
see,
look at.
this is the thing. It's again, this is Samsung doing subtle, refined, and they're like, we don't need to go over the top. We can give you great design and we can make it understated and elegant and sophisticated, but still fun and cool. And I do not know how they do it because that is a difficult thing to do, but they did it. And as much as I was like going into the launch and everything, I was like, I'm gonna want the Z Fold 3. That flip, I want it. I want it. I want it more than I want anything else.
Is this the first year that we're getting cases for them as well?
No, no. I mean, the cases existed before, but not as there
Cool
weren't
as
as many
this.
options. Like there was the one case, and I refer to it as the super dry case. And when you see it, in
Yeah,
fact, I think we've got a picture of it, so we can pop it up so you can see. But I mean, look at it, blue with that vibrant orange
orange.
color. Like it's if that is not super dry, then nothing is. And they didn't
Yeah.
make any collaboration with him, but it's just it's got that super dry kind of energy, and I think it's cool because it's got that thick band at the back as well. And the nice
Um,
thing about the
but
band
I'm
is
glad they didn't add like a white stripe because that's the apartheid flag.
wow. I thought we were gonna go with the white stripes, and I was like, but the white stripes are cool.
Blue,
And
orange,
then
and
you went
white. I
somewhere
have
else.
PTSD for that, so it's fine. They kept the white out of that design. I
There
like
is a
it.
white case though with the green strap.
That
So
also looks really dope.
okay.
Again, they it's that thing of we getting the chance to not only have a cool phone, but personalizing it with in a cool way as well. That's not just like an extra case, it's like the actual case that it comes with.
I mean, I don't even know how much these cases are going to cost because Samsung, we need to have a conversation about how much you're charging for official cases for your stuff because, my God. Anyway, but what's cool about that specific case is you can slide your hand in at the back so the strap goes over your hand so you can kind of hold it like this. But there's also like a little holder on the one end, like a metal thing. Because overseas, with iPhones specifically, people are getting like these chains. I call them like the chains that librarians used to use for their glasses. And then you hang your iPhone on and it hangs around you. And it's like, in South Africa, I don't think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
But I see how people like it. So I think it's smart that Samsung's tapping into that and keeping the fun energy of the flip with these cases. There are other cases as well. There's one with like a ring. It sort of goes where the foldy part is on the outside. So it's almost like what do you call those things people put in the back? Like a not like a pop
Uh,
socket, but you get the ring ones.
yeah, 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 yeah.
It's like that, and I think that's also pretty cool. So it makes holding your phone easier. Not that it's that big of a phone, but I think it's pretty cool. And again, it's Samsung looking at accessories and saying, "Hey, let's give you a bigger ecosystem." I don't know what this means for potentially Z Flip 3. Is the Z Flip 3 going to fit these? Because that would be, I don't know if it's a good move or a bad move if they had to do that, but we'll see next year, I guess.
I don't think it will because I feel like with the foldables, the shape will be changing regularly because the technology is increasing in
So
terms of like battery and width and stuff like that. So I think
that's fair.
every flip and fold will come with its own accessories for
So
each one.
the way you said it sounded like every flip and fold, and I was like, damn, okay, so I don't know how
Again,
you
I
work,
sound
sir.
like an auntie over here. Aunties love the word flippin'.
You can say that again. Um,
Aunties love the word flippin'.
but you make a good point about the battery capacity and the size because this phone, I think it's. I'm gonna double check again with my 7 million notes over here. I mean, the outside display is bigger because on the original flip, which had a very reflective sort of outside, which was nice. But I prefer this. This is a matte finish, so fingerprints is not as big of an issue. So thank you for that. But the display is actually bigger on this phone on the outside, so that's a great thing. I think also the phone is it slightly thicker somewhere. Um, but I think it also makes it feel better in the hand. It's not so thick that you're gonna be like, it's not gonna fit in my pants, or my pocket or whatever.
Or just
It
happy
just,
to see me.
I mean, it depends, Yassine. Did you bring me snacks? Because then I'm always happy to see you. Um, but um, yeah, there are some subtle changes which do change you compared to the original one. Also, it's not as rounded; it is slightly flatter. Not as flat as like an iPhone 12 series device, but it is slightly flatter. And you'll see that also with the Fold 3, and I like it. I think it's not as round as this, but it's not as flat as the iPhone 12. So it's sort of like somewhere in between, and I think it was a smart move from Samsung because I think it feels better in the hand like that. Also, the display on the inside, the 6.7-inch display, it's an Infinity Flex display. It's got the hole punch on the top. 120 hertz refresh rate because the original Flip and the Flip 5G actually I think only had 60 hertz. So they've upped it, and I was
Oh,
like, hallelujah!
nice.
Like, give me the
Again,
120 hertz all the time.
small but great. Small but great.
Again, what
Uh,
they say about me. Um,
and then what's the camera like that they are using? Does it does it fare with what's up in the world?
so this is I'm gonna need to take a moment. Why must you make me slightly less excited? I think these are good cameras, but this has always been my thing with foldables. Especially with Samsung. Where's my and I say it like that specifically because I've got a foldable phone, not a Samsung, it's the Huawei Mate X XS. And that's got a triple camera setup. Four cameras? Triple I don't know. It's got cameras on the back, okay? And these are flagship level cameras. But what Samsung has traditionally done with their foldables is you're not getting, say, something as good as, say, the S21 Ultra, for example. And I get it's a folding phone, it's a lot to put in the back. So they've essentially gone with the same sensors that they used last year. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. It's not bad, but it's not as great as S21 Ultra or, maybe even S21 Plus. I'd have to put
Yeah.
them, do like a photo shoot out to actually see. So you're gonna get some great footage out of it, but it's not the highest premium that they can do. Which,
It's not the best,
whatever.
but I also understand it in terms of the person that buys a the flip is not the person that's buying it for the amazing camera.
No,
You
but I
you
mean, when
you
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 got
you you'd want a good camera. You'd want, and the thing is, they also have the space, like you I think you're implying as well.
mm,
But yeah, so I think it's as big as a deal. It is also not if for whoever buys it. I feel like the people that buy it don't really care. They just want a nice camera.
listen, I think what they're doing with these two phones, and I said this last year when the Flip first came out, is I think that they're essentially splitting this. So you're getting the Flip, which is the style conscious one, which is arguably what the S series is. It's more style focused, and then you're getting the more functionality, productivity focused one, which is the Fold, which is traditionally what the Note was. And also at the hands-on experience, what they kept mentioning, is Fold, and we're going to get into this with the Fold. Is Fold has got the S Pen. It's they didn't outright say it was a Note replacement, but you could kind of feel that that's where they were going with this. So I think Samsung's got very specific use cases for each device, and I'm very much a productivity person. But I love the design of this thing, this Flip, and it's like with that bigger sort of outside display. I want to be able to. Me who doesn't like selfies, I will take a selfie with this because then I can just do this.
Yeah.
Keep the phone closed, push the button, and I'm still getting a better quality than if I use the hole punch camera on the inside. But then why are you not upping it? So I think it's going to come down to the image software processing because if they upgrade that, which I think they would have, you can still get a better quality even if you've got the same sensor hardware. So yeah, but I think the interesting thing is also it's the price point for this.
Hold on, just before we go to the price, is there a screen on the outside?
Yeah, this is what we've been talking about. Yes, are
No,
you
no,
so
no.
excited? Like, did you
No,
not
no,
see
no.
the screen
Like,
on the outside when we
how
watched the thing
how
now?
how big is the screen? That's the thing. Like, and what's the quality like? Like, if I take the selfie, how much of myself can I see?
Okay, so on the original Flip, the screen was super small. I think it was like
That's what I'm
one
asking
inch to
about.
one
Yeah.
point one inch. This was 1.9 inches, so it's bigger. It's almost. I mean, they like to say it's four times larger. And I'm like, did I fail math or did you fail math? Because something doesn't add up here. But okay, it's bigger. That's all I'm going to tell you. You're not going to see like the best sort of picture of yourself. It's not like it's going to take up the whole front of it. You can see enough to kind of see, okay, here's myself. You can see myself clearly. You can see these people behind me, blah, 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 the whole thing. And it's big enough that when you swipe, because you can do certain things on the outside display as well. You can do quick settings. You can, engage with notifications. Samsung Pay. Hi, Samsung Pay. Love the fact that, you can see your Samsung Pay and use Samsung Pay from the outside window.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I think it's
Just
because remember
yeah.
the fingerprint scan is on the side. It's not built into the
Yes.
display, so it
Yes.
makes it easier.
Yes.
So you can activate your Samsung Pay, keep your phone closed, and then still do the authentication from the side. It's smart. I'm glad they did it. Widgets. There's certain widgets you can add on there as well. It's like this is all cool. I just wish that they had better cameras to take advantage. But again, you've got to remember they're doing foldable. This is foldable glass. It's not plastic. It's glass that they're folding. Um, no, because people are like, oh, but fold. It's glass. When does glass fold like this? Like
Yeah.
thousands of times, and then it works. Like this is a feat of engineering. I'm sorry, but it is. Um, but yeah, there's. I wish they'd done that because I mean, like I said, the widgets. You can do music widgets, so you can engage with your music, Spotify, like me. Weather. You can check your schedule, alarms. your Samsung Health, which is going to tell you, listen, yeah, Yassine, you need to be running some more.
Just fit.
You can control like stuff on your Galaxy Buds. So, you get your Buds 2. Fantastic. You can activate and engage with your voice recorder and your timer. So you can, like, if you're doing interviews or whatever, like, there's a lot of functionality they built in. And I think that that's cool. Um, I think the most exciting thing about these things, though, and I think that this is probably also what would have played into what size camera sensor they have, because at the end of the day, you only have so much space in a device. And remember, you can't have it so thick when it's closed that people are not going to want to put it in their pockets. So we've got to remember this. But what they've done is the Fold 3 and the Flip 3 are the world's first water resistant foldable phones.
That's a big deal.
That's a,
That's a big deal.
that is a huge deal, because that was the one thing when I had the Fold 2, lovely phone, loved it. I was too scared to leave the house with that phone. It's a 50,000 rand phone. And the one day I was like, I'm going to go to the beach. And I was like, I don't want to go to the beach with this phone. Because if the wind just picks up slightly and the sand gets wet, it's like, because it's also
Yay!
not my phone. It was from Samsung. And I'm like, how do I explain to Samsung I took this phone to the beach?
Because I wanted to have a good time.
I had to do my job and go test out the phone. Like, what must
Yo.
I say to them? So yeah, these both the Fold 3 and the Flip 3 are IPX8 water resistant. So not much on the dust resistance, but at least if you get a slight little splash of water on there, you don't have to freak out, and the phone is going to completely flip out. Uh, see, thank you. Um, but they've done that, and also remember with the original Fold, and I think we should get into this with the Fold. But remember they had that protective film over the
Yeah.
Fold, and then people were like, screen protector, take it off. Yeah, so they've got a new protective film that they've redesigned that they put on there. So thank goodness. They say it's 80% more durable, and it's like, please, please. Hopefully now people won't
So,
do the thing.
but here's the thing, also, right? So, because now, if you just think of those people, why could why could they take it off?
So I wish I
Because
had a.
I know it's a film, right? And essentially it's just on the top layer. Your finger could, but I just go, if it's not the film and it's the screen, then you
Okay,
shouldn't be
so
able to
no, okay,
get your
so I'm
finger
I'm
out
gonna
and
show
that.
you. I'm gonna show you on my Mate XS, because I don't have a Fold with me, so I can't. But if you look at the Mate XS, right? Don't know if you can see this. Can you see there? Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
Oh, there.
Can you see that film?
Yeah.
So all the phones do this. All the foldable phones. That's the film that's on there. You're not supposed to take this film off, but it looks like a screen protector.
It
And that was
does.
the same problem with the original Fold. So when the Fold 2 came along, they were like, okay, so they redesigned the sort of lip around it. So the lip covered it. Also raised the screen off a little bit. Raised, sort of separated from the screen a bit, so you didn't have
I
glass
like
on
that.
glass. And then they hid that protective
Film.
film underneath it. So you can't peel it off, which is, don't do it. But yeah, they've got a new protective film and it's 80% more durable, they say. And another interesting thing with both of these devices is they're using Gorilla Glass Victus, which we've got in the S21 series. So Gorilla Glass Victus is actually 50% stronger than Gorilla Glass 6, which is, that's a lot.
And the
Um,
fact that it's still for me, it blows my mind that it's folding. All this technology, because I have S21 Ultra, right? And I go, this thing can fold. Ah, guys, you're playing jokes out there. Like,
do you see? Do you
can't we make foldable TVs then?
please don't listen? Here, Samsung's already got a rollable TV. Okay, so don't encourage people.
It would be
Samsung,
great,
not
though.
Samsung, LG. Sorry, LG
Yeah,
literally has a rollable TV. Like, please don't. But your point is exactly that. It's like, as much as I would like better camera sensors in, those take up more space. Because I mean, look at the size of the camera bump on your phone. Look at the size of the camera bump on this phone. It's obviously smaller than that, but it's still sizable.
yeah,
This is probably about as thick. Actually, it's probably slightly thicker than the Flip is when it's open.
yeah,
Or about, yeah, maybe about as thick. Now that would just look weird. But then remember,
yeah,
also they've got to split the battery. They've got to split the battery. You've got to put in the water resistance. This thing has got to fold. Like, there's a lot of working parts which takes up space on the inside. So yes, I would love a better camera, but you've got to think of realistically, where are they going to put this thing? And if you have this sort of sticking out in the
yeah.
back of the phone, it's going to look weird and it's going to hook on things.
But I
So
think also this is only the third one the second one they're doing now.
yeah,
Second, yeah. So you
even
go
though they're calling
again.
it the 3, this is only technically the second one.
Ooh, you know.
There
But
was no
it's the
Z
thing
Flip
of
2.
if you give them again 3 years, once they perfect the model down, then they will up the technology
Yeah,
within it. So I think
yeah.
while it is great, this one here it looks amazing, is amazing. I do think in
I want it,
a few years time,
but I
it's gonna
want
come
one.
out nice.
I want another thing that they've done, which I think is impressive, is the frame that goes around it. Not the frame that Samsung TV, the frame of the phone. This part here. They now using something called armor aluminium, or in America, armor aluminum. You know, it's apparently 10% stronger than the frame on previous generation phones or previous generation Z Flip. It's some weird composite that they have specifically made. So really, what they're telling you is they've made these phones more durable, which is what you need. Like, you want to buy a great folding phone, but you don't want to be afraid to leave the house with it, like me last year with the
And
Fold
the
2.
phone is quite pricey, so you
Well,
and it's a thing
yes.
of you also, yeah, you want the burst protection for a phone like this.
Okay, well, let's talk about that actually before we get into the other stuff. Because the other stuff obviously being the Fold. So let's talk about price. And this is, I need a moment because so when the Flip first came out, it was what, with the S20, if I remember correctly. I was at the launch in Joburg, and a whole bunch of media was standing with Justin Hume, who's the head of Samsung Mobile South Africa, and we were like, "Listen here, when are these things going to get more affordable? Because foldable phones need to get more affordable." And he was like, you can already see that the Flip is more affordable than the Fold, and blah blah blah. And the Fold 2 was obviously more affordable than the original Fold. So I was like, "Mm, okay, fine, we'll allow it. Like, whatever." Um, but that's where this becomes very interesting because did you see the prices of these? Did you see the pricing, Yasin?
I did, and it is much. Oh, it's more affordable than the last series. It's
Hmm.
still a lot of money.
It is. But I mean, okay, there are two sort of different spec variations of the device, and it's only in terms of storage. I mean, in fact, both the Z Flip and the Z Fold have the same internals, really. There's just like minor difference. We'll talk about that when we get to the Fold. But I mean, with the Flip 3, and you'll see with the Fold 3, there's size configurations in terms of storage size. So you get a 128 gig Z Flip 3, which I don't think they did with the Z Flip, or maybe they just did that. I can't remember. And then you get a 256 gig version. So the starting price that I was given by Samsung is the Z Flip 3 is going to start cash price 29,999. So that's like S21 Ultra pricing, which is
Yeah,
less than I was expecting because I think the Z Flip 2 was like 35,000 or something like that, or
yeah,
39,000, something like that. So it is slightly more affordable. Um, so 29,999. Pre-order begins September the 1st. Runs from September 1st to September 16th. My birthday is somewhere in that. So if someone wants to pre-order me one, or Samsung wants to hook a brother up, these will officially be available in stores for purchase for people who didn't pre-order from the 17th of September. And it's like they are moving fast now.
yeah.
But 29,999, I think, is, listen, I would have hoped that it would have been closer to, say, like the 25,000 range, because the US price starts at $999. And to me, that's the same price as what the S21 Plus launched for. So I was like, it's a little bit more money than the S21 Plus is in South Africa. It is
Yeah.
more in line with S21 Ultra pricing. So I'm like, I don't love that. But again, you've also got to remember, we've got import costs and a whole bunch of other things.
It's
So
understandable. Like it's also the thing of it's a top tier phone.
yeah, the other thing is, and I think people forget this, is we don't get the US version of devices. Remember,
Mm.
because the US versions will run. Wait, what am I saying? These are running Snapdragon. There's only a Snapdragon variant. Okay, my argument is moot. Ignore me on this point, because I was like, normally with like the S21 series or the S20 series or the Note
Yeah,
20
there's a
series,
Snapdragon in there.
there's a Snapdragon, the Exynos. We don't get the Snapdragon because that's US and I think one other territory. We usually get like the European versions, and obviously there's import costs on top of import costs, so prices kind of balance out. I don't know what the reasoning is here, but it's still not as expensive as I thought. It's still not as, I don't want to say affordable. It's still not priced what I was hoping for, but it's not too far out. And you can at least see that Flip 3 versus Flip, the price has come down. And I mean, it's a 5G phone.
Yeah.
So, you know, hey,
It's
I think
also an
Samsung's done
investment. If
well.
you buy it now, it's 5G is going to carry for the next couple of years.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a Snapdragon 888 phone. We don't have those over here. So,
And it's a flip phone.
yeah,
Besides anything else, it is a flip phone. That's a
no, you're
flip
right.
phone.
You're right. So, I mean, hey, I think it's a solid piece of work. I think a lot more people are going to want to buy this than the Fold. Not that there's anything wrong with the Fold. I just think it's got more mass market appeal.
Yeah.
And I think it's that design, and I think they're really smart to split these two. But now we need to talk about the big boy, not me. Even though my watch is probably going to tell me, you need to go around more, so you're not the big boy. We're going to talk about the Z Fold 3 5G.